Hello and welcome to King Pasha's Garage. I'm excited to show you guys my Legend all-wheel drive drift tune for this. It is an absolute beast. It's so much fun to drift, and it's really good at CARA ESTA. So yeah, let's get into this. This thing has 691 horsepower and it weighs 2,500 pounds. There's the share code. Got it? Great. Let's get into this. So I hit the first fast forward a little bit on my capture. I did a 5-minute capture, and it first sits down at the bottom of the hill for the first minute, I feel like, but I'll just fast forward it here, get it to where it needs to be here. See, look at that. I'm going through all this stuff. And there we go. Let's just keep moving up a little bit more here. Alright, there we go. We're set. You really gotta drift this thing like you stole it. Just letting you guys know that. And the reason behind that is because it has downforce that you can't get rid of. So you have downforce in both in the front and the rear ends. I mean, it's a race car. It really is. It's meant to grip the roads and not drift the roads, you know what I mean? But hey, we do what we can, you know? Trying to stay away from the guardrails, because that would just slow us down, you know what I mean? Like that. And there you have it. It is a 1.1 million on CARA ESTA. That is an amazing car with only 691 horsepower. And we're able to push out a 1.1 million. Yeah, that's impressive. That was like my third try, to be honest. I did a, I knew I could do better. I did a 1.098, then I did a 1.097. I was like, I can't be going down, I need to be going up. So I pushed it one more time and just, drove it like I stole it. And I was able to get a 1.1 million points on there. So that is absolutely beautiful, and that's why it's called Legend All-Wheel Drive Drift. As you can tell, we're in where everything is here, so there's only two of us that have a tune for this car, for S1 drift, best for handling, so there's also a guy with rear-wheel drive there with 560 horsepower, but I'm blowing that guy out of the water here soon. I'm working on a tune for that, for rear-wheel drive, so that will be done in the next day or so. I'm just trying to work around the alignment part of it, but as you can tell, I have 770 horsepower out of my my rear-wheel drive, so there's that. So we're working on it. The car is very twitchy in the rear-wheel drive, especially with 770 horsepower on tap. So we'll be working on that one, So yeah. So we've got the stock powertrain on this all-wheel drive drift tune, and then my rear-wheel drive is going to be using the racing V12. So I'll show you guys all of that and how all that worked soon. So yeah, we're using the stock engine on this one, so that's the plus. So the stock engine was the one to get the most power out of the car. I looked at all the other engines that were available. We already know with the 1.6 has 668 horsepower, so we know that, And then I looked at this one. You can't. It's just with all-wheel drive, you can't use the V12. Well, yeah, you can't use it. So I made my car as heavy as possible to even just get this amount of power out of this thing. So, it is what it is. Alright, and we got a snow tire compound. Alright, you can go drag tire if you want to. It would stay into S1. But everything else here is an S2 class. So, I decided to go with the snow tire compound. Alright, you got 260s in the front and 300s in the rear. Alright, the rims are right here. They're the Hockenheimen. Hockenheimen. Oh man, I can't come in today. I have the Hockenheimen. Yeah, so that's the rim I went with. Alright, we got 18s in the front. We have 20s in the rear. If I try to go with 19s and so on, it would go to an S2 class. So I had to use that. Alright. And I just got the stock track width in the front and stock in the rear. Alright. Is that all that stuff adds handling to the car? Alright. And that one right there would take you right to S2. You can go up to here. But like I said, it adds, traction to the car. So I just wanted to make sure this thing slides as much as possible. Has a 10-speed transmission, has to. Alright, 9-speed and so on, goes up, up the ladder. And a stock driveline. Like I said, if I try to save 11.2 pounds, it would go right up to an S2 class. Alright, and then I'm using a stock diff on this. I just used the stock diff on the SOV Ford Mustang, and it did wonders. So I did it again. I decided not to use the drift differential. I decided to stick with the stock differential. And I was able to hit a 1.1 million on CARA ESTA with the stock differential. So, you know, does it really matter? Not really. Alright. Oh, yeah, we already went that way. Doesn't matter now. Here, I took the race brakes off. All right, look, it goes right up to a 905. All right, so I just figured to just run stocks. All right, and then this car does have a drift kit, so that's always a plus. All right, we got race cams and valves, race engine block, race pistons and compression, and a race turbo. All to get 691 horsepower. With a stock flywheel, stock flywheel. But yeah, to try to even save 1 single pound, it would go up to an S2 class. 1 pound. Yeah, crazy how I have this thing dialed in. So let's look at the tune, but first let's look at the car mastery. This is what you can get out of this thing. You get instant 5000 XP. I went with race because I'll be race tuning this eventually. Because if you guys have test drove this car on the rivals, you know this thing is an absolute beast on the track. So look forward to that. Here's my tires, 55/55. Alright, like I said, it's got a 10-speed transmission, and as you can tell from the video, you pretty much know, really, you're using like second, third, fourth gear on this car. Here's my alignment I came up with, so it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to figure out what I did. Anti-roll bars, they're there, you know, but I just decided to do 1 and 1. Springs, I decided to do something different here. I did 655.3 and 1255.0. All right. You shouldn't have to mess with this one right here, the rear. It should always be zeroed out when you have all the right upgrades. This won't ever go to 0. So, you know, don't even have to worry about it. Just use whatever number comes up. I left it as low as I could on both sides. I thought about raising up the front end, but decided on, nah, it'll be okay. Dampening, 7.968. Like I said, this thing has downforce. Can't get rid of it. So I just took them both all the way down the speed. Like I said, we just have the stock brakes. Alright, and then my differential is 76, 86, 97, 97, 71. I almost changed these to 99s. I almost. I really don't think it would done any difference, to be honest. So, you know, I decided, you know, I just threw all that stuff on there and just really work on alignment. And there you have it. There is the tune for the KTM Expo. I mean, it's a fun car. I really like this thing. I like how this opens up. That's really cool. Now I'm 6'3.5", and I could see myself having trouble trying to get into this car. I'm just gonna say. I mean, this guy, he'll get in there. Well, look, he can't even get in there. There we go. All right, chop off my legs and stick me in. Oh yeah, it's pretty nice. The tack's over there. Yeah. And duct tape my legs back on. Oh yeah, it's a pretty sharp looking car. Here we can actually open up the engine compartment because we're using the stock engine, so you can see all the blue tubing. I can't get into it, get really deep into it, but yeah, you can just see pretty much what you can see, I'll put it that way. But yeah, it's a wild looking car, and I hope you guys enjoy my tune. If you do, definitely let me know in the comments below. Well, until then, stay sideways, my friends.